Hey guys, and welcome to part 15 of the Resident Evil 5 playthrough. We are continuing on with Desperate Escape, the second DLC chapter for the campaign.
So how many DLC chapters would you say are in this game?
There's 2 in total. There's Lost in Nightmares, which is a flashback to that mansion where Jill threw herself off the building, and then there's this, which again is from Jill's perspective of how she escaped the facility, while Chris and Sheva deal with the Wesker on the boat. Would you say it's by pure coincidence that Josh just happens to be here?
I mean, how did you even get in there in the first place?
Well, the game doesn't explain that, so I guess it's left up to imagination. Now, this is the few times where the sniper rifle really comes in handy, especially the guys on the cannons. I mean, the amount the frustration that goes through my mind when I get to this section, and it's one of those games where it doesn't give you a sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm.
They're standing there doing nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna stand here and do nothing, even though I've got a big massive bazooka. So again, since I'm the more sniper person, I pretend to provide cover. A little tip: see those cannons? When they shoot, you can actually shoot the bullets, but the thing is that you need to be quick because they cause a lot of knockback. Yes, that old thing from the 80s that people hate, it's still around.
Don't you hate knockback damage? It just completely screws you over and leads to cheap deaths.
Look at Castlevania, where you're knocked back and you won't get any movement until your feet are back on the ground. God forbid if you're on a platform, then you're knocked back into a pit. And again, the enemies here are randomized. So even if we had the base machine at the beginning of the first part of Desperate Escape, it could still change to like townspeople when you get to the secondary, or it could be vice versa. It's completely random, not strict at all. The same goes for all the mini bosses. Like we're counting like the big guy with the axe, chainsaws, Gatling guns. They throw everything at you here. Now watch yourself. If you get hit, you can fall off this bridge. Oh, fuck, it's the Reaper again. Yeah, that's what they're called, by the way, the Reapers.
The big sort of cockroach?
Yeah, yep, that's it there. I'll have to admit, that's the one creature in this game that gives me tense, because you know it's like, oh fuck, it's that thing again, and you know what it's capable of.
Is it just like giant bugs, sort of like, kind of makes you feel a bit uncomfortable?
A little bit, yeah, because again, when you see bugs in real life, they're like tiny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just natural instincts, I guess. Fun fact, actually, me and Steven months ago, we did this just for practice because we were bored. But you remember that you saw that those cans cause knockback.
Mm-hmm.
What this really glitchy thing happened where we were both on that bridge on the bottom floor, and as I said before, you can fall off that bridge. If the cannon knocks you off the bridge, you can fall off. But here's the thing. Normally when a partner falls off, they have a QT to hold on to that grasp of the edge, and the partner has to pull them up in order to bring them back up and survive. But here's the thing, me and Steven, we somehow both got hit by the knockback, and we were clipping for each other, and we both fell off. and we were just like, what the fuck? And we couldn't do anything, no matter how much we pressed the button, mashed the button to get back up, we both fell. But the funny fact is that we were clipping for each other. We were not like next to each other. The models were clipping right through.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is where me and Abby have to split ways. So she'll go up to the top of the tower while I have to go all the way back and through that door, which I blasted with the cannon. Those big red doors, you need to go onto those cannons, and because they're the only ones powerful enough to burst a hole through those doors. Ah, the moonlit night. What a terrible night to be a werehog. Oh, the spiders are back.
Oh yeah, I remember them. Looks like Aragog's on the run again.
Aye. Goodbye, friend of whatever. He realises that he's not in the same universe, but he just goes with it anyway. Booyah. That's the thing as well. With certain melees, you can be lucky to get but like up to 3 people at once. Like Josh's Iron Tuckle is one of them, where it's just essentially a shoulder dash. Again, you gotta love how they melt away.
What is this? Wizard of Oz?
I think it's the Plagueis' way of dying. It's like, not only does it take control of the host, but it somehow consumes the host as it vaporizes. I don't know.
Can you imagine like the Cowardly Lion or something from the Wizard of Oz like running around doing all this?
It would have been a very different experience altogether. Here, what do you get if you mix a spider and a scorpion?
What do you get?
Spidorpians.
I should have known.
Sounds badass when you think about it, don't you think? Spidorpians. We better see that type. We better see that type of enemy in Resident Evil 8.
By the way, I bet this image will sort of like make you feel uncomfortable. Imagine a spider with wings that can fly.
What?
A spider with wings that can fly.
Okay, that's just being ridiculous. That's almost as ridiculous as the Sharknadoes.
Sharknadoes.
I mean, like, seriously, who the fuck came up with that concept for a movie?
That's a tornado that like brings a bunch of sharks.
Then you look on the internet and you find out there's a movie called Shark Octopus, where it's like half shark, half octopus. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Have you seen Jurassic Shark?
No.
You take a guess which movie they're ripping off there.
As if it wasn't obvious enough. There's going to be plenty of barrels here as well, so make sure you always shoot them Michael Bay style. Oh, here he is. Hopper! Again, just keep your distance. But here's the thing, even it can take some damage, but it'll lose its limbs, but it can regenerate them as well. Like, you can lose its head where it won't be able to go in a straight line because it can't see it, but it can just regenerate it straight away. Again, the weak spot is that big yellow bubble thing. That, again, it changes locations between the chest or the shoulder, on the back of its shoulders. But and here's the thing, no matter how many times, like, remember I told you that the weapons and enemies and almost everything's random every time you play this? No matter how many times you play it, there's always going to be at least one rocket for you. Again, you want to save that for when you think it's the right time, because again, you only get one shot. In this and Lost in Nightmares, you don't have infinite ammo at all. You don't have access to that because they're technically separate things from the campaign. Campaign's the only one where you can actually have infinite ammo. You're here, and you can't even upgrade the weapons, actually. You're just stuck with what you're given.
I guess it's just like a separate story. You can't really sort of like upgrades and keep weapons, can you?
Yeah, you're just given what you're given, and you just gotta deal with it. It's a bit annoying, though, when they give you 2 of the exact same weapons, though, and you can only pick one of it. No, I'm saving that rocket for later. This will be interesting for Steven to watch, considering he wasn't here when I was recording this. Ah!
Insert Wilhelm scream here.
No, this bridge you cannot fall off. This is the one bridge that you can't fall off. I'm guessing because it's invisible walls. Well, not for the enemies anyway.
You know which quote I'm gonna say here?
What?
It's very steep here. Be careful.
Knuckles, when did you get here? Don't you have a Master Emerald? No, what do you think's better actually? That one or hand over those Master Emeralds? Give them to me.
It's funny because I think Sega have forgotten that Knuckles even looks after the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emeralds.
Aye, nowadays anyway.
Nowadays he's just there for comic relief.
Which I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of. I liked it when Knuckles was cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like during the adventure and
free
games.
Aye, but up until Colors and Lost World, even especially in Sonic Boom, he's just a jokester.
I don't like how they've made him like so stupid nowadays. Like he's gullible, but he's not stupid.
Exactly. Like when I saw the cutscenes of the first game where they're chasing after Eggman, and then he's like count to. It was something like count to number 3, and then he's got both his hands out, and like seriously, Knuckles.
And there's in the is it the opening of Sonic Boom where he's like Knuckles aiming go left or something like that, and then he has to like look at his hands and like give me a sec.
It's like that's what I'm. It's just so much stupidity that you just can't help but sigh. Not to mention Sonic Boom. Shadow only appears for like 5 minutes total. That's it.
What a waste of hype.
Aye.
Then does he appear like near the end of the game, like just?
That's why I'm counting by 5 minutes total. He's in what you get. He's in like in the intro for like 10 seconds. You get a 2-minute fight with him, and then he appears at the final ending for 1 minute. That's it. That's all you get of Shadow.
Well, what I find funny about Shadow in that game is like you know how like Sonic and Shadow they look like. They look very different, even though they're hedgehogs.
Aye.
Like in the game, I'm pretty certain that they just used the same model that they used for Sonic and just slapped that on Shadow, but just like slapped the black and red on him because they look very similar.
Well, it's obvious when you can look at the opening cutscene. That's where you can clearly see it's Sonic's model, but with a repainted job.
Yeah.
But let's just save that for a future commentary that we might do, considering you have the game.
I beaten it last year and I'm not going to touch it again.
Well, I'm not sure if the audience demand it.
There's nothing to talk about that game.
Same goes for 06.
Sonic 06 is at least a wee bit entertaining. With the funny glitches and all, but...
And the bad story. Quote unquote story. Bloody invisible walls for the holes of the gates. I don't understand that. Hey, jobbies! Are they pajamas they're wearing?
They just got kicked out of bed.
Here we go with our 3-hit combos again. Yeah, even Abby knows this trick. It's just, again, the most efficient way to deal with them. In fact, Jill has one of my favourite melee moves that she has, even though the damage is very minuscule. It's the reverse roundhouse kick where she does like a full spin and then it's a big kick around the back. She does it so fast, it just looks good. I think the reason why I like it is because of how awesome it looks. You know, a big quick spin followed by a kick. That just looks awesome. Okay, the ladies, if a man says that to you, that's your cue to go away. If he says, "Oh, I'm welcome" with open arms. This is where the second agitator pops up. You need to kill these guys on the bridge, either with a sniper rifle or using these 2 cannons right here. But knowing me, I like to be a show off and get headshots. I think it was actually last night, and me and Steven, we were doing a practice run, and then I ended up getting 3 headshots in a row, and he's like, "God damn, show off." At the time of this recording, anyway. I've got a rocket, I'm just gonna stand and do nothing.
I like how he just slowly turned round in your direction and then just shot him.
There he is. Attention! Going Phoenix right here. That's the one agitated that doesn't transform into a Cephalo, by the way, because again, he's on a bridge and he's far away. What's the point of bringing a baton and shield when you're on a bridge where you would think to have a sniper rifle? It's like you got it backwards.
Here it is. Give me a hand.
Okay. I set it to broadcast on the same frequency as Chris's PDA.
Be sure to sign my petition when we're done, Miss Valentine. I really want the gold edition for the PC.
Jill, are you alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
You'll see this cutscene later on from Chris's perspective, because again, technically Desperate Escape and the last of the campaign take place at the exact same time.
Virus is unstable. In order to maintain a balance, he must...
And then the way I edited it, I didn't want to go back and forth between the two, because that would have been really confusing, so I decided to go with the DLC and then Chapter 6 afterwards.
It's gonna be a while before he needs another one.
He's after IAMS again.
Precise. So if he injects too much, it should act like a poison. I think she used the serum labeled PG67AW.
PG678W. That's the barcode for a packet of cat food.
You need to find that serum. Excella always kept it with her in an attaché case.
What Jill's essentially explaining to Chris here is that
Chris?
Wesker's powers, they give him the powers he has, like, you know, that he has, he has to inject himself regularly with a serum to keep him stable.
Alright.
So, like Sever said, if they cut the supply of serum, he loses his strength. But the amount has to be precise, and so if he injects too much, it acts like a poison to his body.
Oh, okay.
So it needs to be at the right moment, at the right time, otherwise he'll kill himself. Kind of like a drug, actually, if you overdose in it. Because that's essentially what it is. Right, this particular bit, nothing happens. This is essentially, the game gives you a breather, so to speak. You know, catch your breath and bear your surroundings and pick up any ammunition or grenades you need, or health. And they reward you, like you say, again, these are... Well, the hand grenades are strict, actually, and there's always going to be a first aid spray. But the ammunition will depend on what weapons you've carried throughout your journey in this chapter. Now, yeah, as you can see, we're back to town, Medini now. Again, randomized, where in the cutscenes it would have shown what type you're getting. Like, again, it could be town, or it can be the base, whatever.
Peekaboo. He just slapped the camera.
I slapped the camera.
Fourth wall breaking.
He's going to Disneyland after this. Disneyland!
Still never been to Disneyland.
What, you've never even been... have you never been to either of them?
Nope.
I used to go to I had a holiday once when I was like 7 years old. It was in Paris. And I believe I went to the United States one, but I can barely remember that one. Paris I seem to enjoy the most because, again, it was the most local. Even though that's the smaller one. Now, what you have to do in this particular area is that Doug, who is Josh's best friend, he's on his way with the helicopter. You have to survive until that countdown on the middle there. Once that gets to 0, and if you're still alive, that's the end of the chapter. All you have to do is just survive. I know if it was a Metro game, you'd thought that would be a self-destruction sequence. Fun fact as well, see these guys, they're Gatling guns. See if you look at the character model when you unlock them as figurines. They're wearing sunglasses and they've got cigars with gold teeth.
Okay.
Don't know why, but just go with it.
I think Capcom just put that on for a laugh.
Probably. Or probably because they thought that would be the generic idea for designing that guy. And yes, he can whack you with the Gatling gun as a projectile.
Oh, he's gonna blow.
Here's the thing as well. See if you shoot them with a hand grenade and all that, the explosion residue does not count as damage for some reason. Booyah. Even though that barrel hide away the awesomeness of the gore there. Look, cocktails all around! Is that supposed to be like... Is that how Molotov cocktails work actually? It's more like alcohol and that's what catches the fire?
I'm not too sure how they work. But you always see like them with like a wee bit of flame.
Aye, that's where the
It's
flame
all-
goes, aye.
And then when the bottle smashes, it just goes.
It must be alcohol, because alcohol's flammable, right?
Yeah, flaming alcohol. I thought you just slipped.
Blindsided by a sniper scope. And again, red barrels, always shoot them. I know I keep repeating myself, but... Again, the stars mean nothing other than points if you care about the leaderboards, which, obviously, we don't.
Does anybody care about high scores anymore?
I don't think so. I mean, there was that thing, that was the reason if you look at the Mega Man games, actually. You know, the first one had a score system, but then the other ones after that, they completely omitted that. Because nobody really cared.
You know what I hate? Like, you know, like the sort of like casual sort of like media thing. I think like games, like people still go for like high scores and stuff like that. People don't do that anymore. It's not really like late 80s, early 90s anymore.
Aye, nowadays it's like video game fighting tournaments you see nowadays, and
Yeah.
they're not really point based. It's just like a friendly competition. Oh, good old friend Mr. Chainsaw's back.
Fucking kill him before he does anything.
And of course he's going to blow. It's a bit weird actually. You look at how realistically these guys look, and yet they explode like a cartoon. Right, I don't need the shotgun. I'll discard that. So it's just me with a sniper rifle, and I'm gonna save my rocket if let's see if another Reaper comes out, because I'll be like, fuck this shit. Oh, motherfucker whacked me with a wrench.
With a winch.
Double the spray, double the fun, Miss Valentine.
2 for 1 at Super Truck.
With a 50% deal on Wesker's cat food. Yes.
By the way, did you know, see in Boots, they're selling Sonic the Hedgehog makeup?
What?
I ain't kidding.
What the fuck? Okay, there's product placement and then there's drawing the line. Why the fuck would you make makeup based off a video game character? Like, if it was anime, then possibly, you know, because, you know, if you want to cosplay as an anime character, but a fucking blue hedgehog? Really?
I ain't joking, I seen it on a website the other day.
Right, next time I'm going to the Union Street, I'm going to visit a Boots and see if I can find it. I need to see this shit for myself. Yeah, what if you were playing this at Christmas and that night sky in the background, you just happened to see Santa's sleigh going by in the distance?
Like a sort of special little Easter egg if you're playing it on Christmas Day.
Nice, something like that.
In fact, they did something like that in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games.
Yeah,
If
they
you play
did,
it
actually.
I don't know if it's on Christmas Day or if you play it around December. You see it. You see like Santa flying about.
I think you might get a Santa suit for your me, actually, I believe. But then again, it's been years since I got the played that version of the game.
Still considered one of the best versions.
The first Winter Games, aye. It wasn't until the second Winter Games Ryu where they start going downhill.
Yeah. So I thought the London one was good, but then by the time the fourth one came out, you were like, okay, you can tell they're gonna like try milk the series to death.
Aye, it's like, why not just give us what everybody wants, which is a Mario and Sonic platformer? Come on, it's not that hard, surely.
But what I'm quite surprised is at this year's E3 they didn't confirm a 2018 Winter Olympic Games.
They'll probably confirm that later in the year, you'll see. Knowing that they'll milk the franchise.
Because I thought if they were going to announce it, then E3 would be the place to do it.
But I think this year's E3 has been the most disappointing, actually. Not just from Nintendo, but from almost everything. Even though Nintendo's clearly the winner.
Yeah, I thought Nintendo's was really good.
Like, for Sony's, for example, I was expecting at least something for Last of Us 2 or Resident Evil Remake 2, but nothing.
But then we all know that like Last of Us 2 is not going to come out till like 2019 or something like that.
Probably. There you go, there's the last guy I can't be bothered with the agitator, just kill him with a rocket. Overkill, I don't care.
And every year at E3, people think Half-Life 3 is going to get confirmed.
I'm just gonna say it right now, even though I'm not, I can't, well, do you know what, that'd be unfair actually, because I've never played any of the Half-Life games, so it would be unfair of me if I was to make a comment on it, so I'm not gonna do that. Insert weird, the eye of the tiger. What if the backup was actually the TARDIS and not the helicopter?
Quick, everybody, get in!
Yeah, how would you feel about that, actually? If the next reincarnation of Doctor was black?
I think it could work.
Or if it was a female Doctor?
See, like, everyone's like really divisive over if there's going to be a female Doctor or not.
What's the problem with it? I mean, look at Wonder Woman.
I just think like like with the current series of Doctor Who, like the ratings have been going down, and like people are thinking if they now's not the time to like introduce a female Doctor because it might be too different for people and it might just kill off the show. So I think they're wanting to get like back the ratings that like the David Tennant episodes had, because like a David Tennant episode would get about like 9 million views,
Right.
while Peter Capaldi's episodes will only get like 4 million.
Well, they're gonna have to think of something because they can't all. Well, the Doctor can't do that. If he's had one personality, he can't have that personality back, right?
It's been hinted that he might be able to do that in the future. But as of now, he can only get like a completely new body.
But in terms of the possibilities, a Time Lord is capable of regenerating as a different gender. I mean, would you be open to the idea of a female Doctor for a couple of seasons?
I think it will happen eventually, but I feel that now's not the right time for it. I feel they should wait until like the ratings have like gone up and more people are starting to watch it. But then the people that keep saying that the Doctor should be a woman are the same people that said that the Doctor that was taken over by Matt Smith should be an older Doctor, and it turned out to be Peter Capaldi, but people didn't like him because, well, he's older.
Right.
So I get the feeling that the same people are going to complain that the Doctor's a woman and it's just changed everything up. So sometimes I think the writers just need to go with what they feel is the best for the show.
Aye, because it's true. No matter what you try, you can't please everyone. I mean, look at the Sonic fan base, for example.
Yeah. It's like with the Sonic fan base, like you might know what you want, but it might not be best for the franchise.
And there's other people that just don't know what they want.
You're right. Let's go see if we can help them.
And that's us concluding Desperate Escape. And with that, we'll see you in the next part where we'll be concluding the campaign with the Green Bastard himself.